Alrighty, good afternoon, everybody. We're here for the Deathride live watch-along podcast, live watch-along, whatever you want to call it. It's not exactly a podcast, I suppose, is it? But it's going to be a fascinating viewing to see Richmond up against North Melbourne today, down in Tasmania, and obviously a little bit on the line today with the pick number the pick number 2 and 3, and if we can get to 6 wins, North Melbourne desperately need to win. So there's quite a bit going on in that space. So very much looking forward to seeing how this one plays out down in Tassie. It should be a fascinating matchup. Looks like we've swung a late change as well. We've got, I think it was Luke Trainer is back out and Steely Green back in. So obviously his hand or hip or whatever it was that was going on has not pulled up as we would have liked, which is, yeah, a bit frustrating, I guess. But Steely Green gets his chance. Hopefully he gets an actual chance to play. Be interesting to see if we get him off the sub bench this week or not. Brady, welcome. Skoosh, welcome. James Racing. Yeah, I just kind of caught wind of that, the Luke Trainer out, which is a bit frustrating because it would have been good to have had Luke Trainer play, but yeah, clearly his injury is not fully well. Oh, it's a hammy tightness. Okay, interesting. Oh, well, look, you know what? Given our run with hamstrings or whatever this year, I'd actually almost rather than be conservative like that. If there's tightness, just take no risk. And yeah, save them for next week, next year, whatever it might be. I'd rather than do that. So not the worst, I suppose, but yeah, a little bit frustrating. Make sure if you're in chat, make sure you share the live on your socials and any Richmond groups and whatnot. We'll try and get a bit of an audience in the house. Harley, welcome, mate. Hope you're doing well, buddy. What's going on? What is going on? So I'm just sending this out on Twitter. What did everyone think about Whitlock being named as sub for Kangaroos? Like, genuinely, at this point, I felt like it was trolling, naming him as sub. That kind of, I've never understood any clubs making key forwards or key defenders sub. It doesn't really make sense. So yeah, very interesting. Riley, the Sandful King and West Torrens Eagles fans. Go Tigers, how are you, mate? Do we know how Jack Lees went, by the way, in his school football? Sorry, your West Torrens logo just reminded me of him. I think he was playing some school footy this weekend for, is it Sacred Heart from memory? But yeah, hopefully he had a good run. I show speed clips. It was mentioned just above hammy tightness from James Racing, so a very, very late change swung. I believe Steely Green's the only one of the emergencies that's there. I don't think the other two are there. Someone feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but because it's the games the VFL starts in about an hour. I'm pretty sure they're not really near each other. So I think two emergencies stayed and Steely Green is now playing. Well, sub. Oh no, Harley, it's I looked at his stats. To be fair, selection probably feels warranted for him. He has kicked multiple goals in the last few games, but I couldn't help but feel there was an element of trolling from North Melbourne, and I'm all for it. I reckon it's brilliant. If there's a small element of that, I reckon it's fantastic. And having him sub just kind of weighs into that a bit more, I think. It seems just an odd move. Like usually you've got a sub who's going to bring some pace into the game. But yeah, that's going to be interesting. We can try and sync up. I'll let you know when the ball bounces on my screen. So I'm watching on Foxtel Live on the internet. So I've got the North Melbourne boys in the huddle. If you see the ball about to be bounced on your screen, feel free to press pause and I'll count you in to when the game's being bounced on my screen so you can hit play again and we can be somewhat synced up. It's the best we can kind of do. Kano, how are you, mate? Skoosh. Which commentator? Oh, I put a question mark on that post. So still no start yet. It's still saying there's a minute 6 on my screen. A minute 6, minute 5, minute 4. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what we do with Harry Sheasel and Colby McKercher as well is the other one that I'm keen to see what we do from a tagging perspective. Not tagging, but looking after them, if you want to call it that. Still no start on my screen. So like I said, if you do see If you do see the ball get bounced, push pause. The umpire's got the ball in his hand. We've got Harry Sheasel and Hopper on screen now. Young and Zerha. Kylie, he had hamstring soreness, someone wrote in chat. James Racing wrote in chat, hamstring soreness or awareness, whatever you want to call it. But better they don't take the risk, I guess. Ball is yet to be bounced, so if you have seen it bounce, press pause and we can try and sync up. We've got Sherry on screen. What a battle that's going to be. Sherry against Nank. Volume 2. Big Nank on the screen. Umpire looks to be getting ready. Uzo down on the bench in the 0 degrees. All right, ball is about to be bounced in 3, 2, 1, and we are away down at Ninja Stadium in Hobart. What a stadium name, just quietly, as Nank gets the first clearance. Morris gets sat upon. We do need to have who's in the long sleeves? Precise in the long sleeves. Jesus, I mean, I suppose it's pretty cold down there as Morris does a bit of fancy footwork. Comben. He's not a bad defender, Comben. He's not a bad defender. I was probably hoping that he didn't get the matchup on Harry Armstrong, but maybe height-wise, that's kind of where it's at for North. I was hoping that Harry might have gotten someone else. The cable. Good shout, Skadoosh. Just dangling down on the top part of the screen there, the old cable. Good from Brody. So that's what we're trying to do. And it's what all clubs are. Oh, Lynchy, nice mark. He actually moved up to the ball carrier, like my tweet suggested we try. I guess what we made North do then is exactly what every club's trying to do on a weekly basis. You want to try and force that kick down the line so it's a bit more predictable. Nice mark. Toby Pink's in not bad form, all relative, but I thought your screen was cracked. I hadn't realised it until you said it. Now, every time it cuts to that camera, I won't be able to unsee it. As Tom Lynch strolls in for the first opportunity of the day, and I've realised I've forgotten the clock. One behind. First score wins. So this will be interesting. Colby McKercher, it was almost like he was trying to do what Wangani Malira was doing, but that's way too easy for the Kangaroos. Jesus, coast to coast. That's disappointing that we've given up the corridor like that. That's where we just need to get a lot better defensively. There was the short kick out, and then the whole corridor was exposed. Very disappointing to give that up. So quickly too. Jesus. Liam. What defense? I know Zerha loves playing against us. Nothing changes with that stuff. Always has a day out. They got the corridor again. If they had looked inboard quick enough. Yeah, so Kane Camden was sub, and then there was a late change with Trainer coming out and then Steely Green coming in, so they shuffled some deck chairs, and Steely Green's now sub. We're not defending the ground very well at the moment. Oh, that's an ugly kick. True, Ash. True, it wouldn't have. This is the thing, though. Like, I know Zerha was obviously a lot closer and the shot for goal is a lot easier. But the accuracy side of things has been a real sore spot for us in 2025 and probably 2024 and even earlier. Got to make the most of your shots at goal. Oh, good smother, Boston. Good tackle, Trezise. Gee, a few boys in long sleeves. Good job for Adelaide Crows. Yeah, it was a big win from the Crows last night, wasn't it, Riley? Yeah, what a finish. I tell you what, for those who were watching last night's game, I reckon Thilthorpe was extraordinarily lucky to not give away a time-wasting free kick late. One behind. Yeah, Trezise's last game wasn't his greatest. He was finding the ball okay, but probably just wasn't damaging or making the most of disposals like he usually was. We've got Ben Miller on kick-out duties. But yeah, that was a pretty clutch win by Adelaide, not going to lie. They feel like they're the team to beat, don't they? Now that they've got their shit together with Thilthorpe, Fogarty and Tex, it's a pretty dangerous forward line. Oh, Lynch, good mark. I mean, I don't particularly like that kick. Oh, God, he had no awareness there, Lynch. How does he not look on the inside to see what kind of representation is there? Oh, bad handballs. Crow throw was strong last night. It's a pretty good smeller there from Toby Pink. It was a good mark from Tom Lynch, but still don't like that we kicked to a 2-on-1 against us. Well, why was the Crows win bad for us, Greystoke? Because they might rest players next week against North. Is that what you're thinking? That part did cross my mind. Oh, Broady selling a bit of candy. My goodness. Lynch is causing them some serious headaches early. He's actually getting dangerous and a bit of a presence. I'm not sure if he's got this kick in him, to be honest. I don't know. It's kind of hard to see what the wind is like down there. Yeah, clear hold. Arms wrapped right around him. A bit of a falcon there too. Desperately need this one. Oh, that looks okay off the boot. Lynchy, lunchtime. There we go. Good goal. Good conversion. That's what you want from your big key forwards. Yeah, we do have a fair few Tigers there, Kano. That's why, when we talk about the Tasmania potential, not move, but the selling a couple of games, whatever we want to call it, I kind of don't mind it too much because it feels like we're at a point in time where we can get away with it. We've got a lot of Tassie players in our side, so it's good for them to maybe get involved back at grassroots and Tassie level. We've got a rebuild or a redevelopment we have to pay for as well that's not fully paid off, so it ticks that box too. And we do have a strong representation is Tasmania, which is obviously nice to venture down there too. Obviously, we've got a lot of supporters in Melbourne too, and it impacts us as well with some games that we won't be able to go to. But the clubs generally give replacement games, so I think you still get to go to the same amount of games, but it just gets configured a little bit differently. It was Australian win last night, Riley. Yeah, it was. I definitely don't think we would have got away with that wasting time on, though. We would have 100% been pinged. Good handball out. Let's see if we can make something meaningful happen here. Lynch! Lunchtime! Don't give away the reversal to Toby. See, now, the difference with that clearance from this week to last week, and I did it in the analysis video, last week, Nankervis was the one with the advantage in this scenario, and he bombed it forward. Whereas at least Camden looked out wide to the player in space and gave it to the good user of the ball. And then we get a nice hit-up shot to the top of the goal square. And Lynch should hopefully... Oh, God, he did his best to miss that. My goodness. Good goal from Lynchy. It's lunchtime. Good start. How... Lynch's finger's still cooked, isn't it? I know he made that argument in his recent tribunal case, but he really can't bend it, can he, to make a fist? See, that decision there from Camden was what helped set that up. The handball to Jack Ross. You got one-on-ones ahead. Tyler Sonser did well to wrap up whoever number eight is. Into the boonie stand. And then Lynch, they'll have to make a move here. I won't be surprised if Charlie Conlon's going to be on Tom Lynch now. I think they'll make a move. No, they still got pink. The short backward square. So, I mean, surely we've got to keep trying to play to this matchup. If it's, we'll take that mark. That was completely unintentional on a lot of fronts, but we'll take it. But yeah, I mean, whilst Tom Lynch is feeling good about himself and running hot, I suppose we'll keep trying to get it there. Good spoil, good tap. Nice Taj. Oh, good kick. Well done, Mansell. Local boy. This will be good. That was good from Taj. See, it's not so bad if you work it backwards and across to free up some space. And look, I know we're all fairly critical of Camden McIntosh last week, and it was deserved, but I think he's had a really good start this week, so credit to him. As Ryan Mansell comes in, he's been one of our more reliable shots for goal recently, and he nails that one. Homegrown product, Ryan Mansell on the scoreboard. Tigers have got 3 in the first quarter here. Very, very good start. Very good start. I'm with you, Kano. I'm all for moving our Marvel games to Taz. Like I said, there's so many at the moment. There's so many upsides for us, given our infancy and our rebuild. I think it just makes sense. Maker seems to start well till poor decisions creep in. Yeah, I mean, I guess a lot of our players make poor decisions at this point in time, and I think it's frustrating when the senior guys do it. But yeah, to be fair, Camden's had a really good start to the game, so. Yeah, he's not done much wrong so far, which was good. Tash Houghton with a nice little shimmy and handball, and Mansell does the rest. Yeah, Kylie, Mansell and Monconti matchup. Hopefully it stays the journey because you don't want to upset the apple cart. I know they were joking, but on the podcast they said that if they were to break up, who leaves the club, and Mansell said he'd have to leave. So I wasn't thrilled with that. That's a bad advantage to take from Dion. Not sure. He probably should have just gone back there. Wardlaw's just nailed him in a tackle. Old Royce lives in... Does he? Royce lives in Hobart? There you go. And I know, obviously Brendan Gale's now looking after all things Tasmania, but it was really good to see him getting amongst training and... Oh, good tackle. That's got to be holding the ball. 3 people, and Vlosten's got kicked in the face. Hopefully he's okay. It looked like he was kicked in the face, but great tackle on Cam Zerha. We said this during the week, he's a genuine bull. That's no easy feat to hold on. Ben Miller actually did really well to initially hold on for dear life, and then Ross came in to add some assistance at the end. Get him. Good tackle. Go, Morris. He hasn't got it. Good tackle on McKercher too. Oh, God, that was close. Get him. Good. Our pressure's been not so bad here. To be fair, North Melbourne have done really well to work that out, given the pressure that we were applying them. Fair play to them. Go Camden. Nice. He's going to be done for deliberate here. They did deal with that quite well. But good to see us applying the pressure, and feels like we're sticking our tackles a bit better today too. Not sure how you can try and claim that. Is that Kane Johnson there on the bench for North Melbourne? If not, it's his twin. Was that Kane Johnson? No, mate, there wasn't much else Macca could have done. To be fair, I think he's tried to nudge it just enough to run onto it, and he just overcooked it. It's just shit happens. Oh, Lynch, they're the ones you got to take. If you know Sullivan, you're gone. Oh. Good counter-attacking football there. Lynch, really, that should have been the easiest one for Lynch to mark, to be honest. He should have been lining up for his third. Yeah, the Crows have... Look, they were a bit unlucky last year, weren't they? They lost Thilthorpe on the eve of the season. As Lynch kicks it behind. Not bad ruck work. But yeah, they look scary good this year, to be honest. Let's see how we defend the kick out again here, given they went coast to coast last time. So they're kind of overloading to the left. But they've got... Like, we didn't equalise the numbers at all. I don't know how we weren't able to do that. Very lucky. That's two kickouts that have both gone coast to coast. We've got to make an adjustment here. North Melbourne have been working on their set plays from kick out. Well played to them. But that's just far too easy. Is that right, Moldawamba? There you go. He's doing leadership work at North. Wow. Former Richmond skipper, Kane Johnson. I mean, he's a good player, a good person to get involved from a leadership perspective, isn't it? Oh, that's a shocking kick. Not your best kick there, Miller, but we'll show some forgiveness. It does look cold there, doesn't it? There seems to be... that has to be as deliberate. Wow. He had no intention other than dragging that ball over the line there. I'm actually not sure if Kane Johnson is doing politics. I know Joel Bowden's definitely been doing politics. But you're not sure about Johnson. He's a good guy, though. We've had him on the show for an interview many years ago. Really, really good guy. Seems to be, yeah, a lot of former Tigers are in the AFL circles, aren't they? Doing bits and pieces. Oh. That was good from Trezise. The kick, not so good from Brown. Someone tackle him. Jesus. That wasn't our best effort there, was it? It's just whenever, if those handballs don't hit those targets because of pressure and whatnot, I mean, that kick from Tom Brown got touched, and that kind of set the chain of events into motion. That's a bad miss. Like, to not be able to tie up or lock up Zerha there. He probably had the body position, but very annoying. Need to do better. There. Oh, you got mixed up with Bowden? Yeah. So he's definitely in the politics. I think, like, in a big way too. Joel Bowden with his stuff. Oh, nice. How is Jerry that open? And LDU. Good spoil, Tom Brown. Nice. Yeah, Trezide is an interesting one. Like, I really do think he will long term be part of the 22, but he hasn't had a good 2 weeks, has he? Hasn't been a good couple of weeks. Yeah, try that. That's right. Yep. So he's still doing that. Okay. Yeah, interesting. So he's still doing his other business as well. Lucky miss from Paul Curtis. 7 minutes 15 to go in the first quarter. We're doing some things well, but then we're giving up some bad parts of the ground really easily. Nah, don't be silly, useless super coach. That doesn't happen in our games. We don't get much of that stuff. Seems to be a bit of a trend over the last few years, doesn't it? It's probably the one rule that irks most supporters, I reckon. Just the lack of it didn't go out. The lack of inconsistency in how it's applied. And that's why I'm talking about with the counter attack with Lynch on there versus not on the ground. This is where, Bolter or Armstrong, whatever, just have to start getting dangerous and taking over the mantle a little bit. Good tackle, Banks. Geez, the one from McKerchie getting through there, that's not acceptable. He had a really good finish to the game last week, to be honest. Yeah, it's funny how that seems to work, Mortal. Oh, that's a rubbish kick, though. Lucky to score. Oh, he got it behind. But yeah, it does sometimes feel that way, doesn't it? That other teams are a bit more blessed with some decisions than us most weeks. Interesting that Tyler Young has taken like the last 3 kickouts. Oh, Lynch. He is destroying Toby Pink as it stands right now. It's like he's seen it like a beach ball. This is why I think having Bolter as another deep forward is still really good too. Good tackle. How's he got rid of that then? Oh, go. Dion. Oh, Trezise. Has to be a free kick. Yeah, jeez. That looks nasty, that. Yeah. We might have seen a replay. He seems okay. He's obviously up and about. Bolter is playing well. Yep. He was doing some rucking before and was up forward early a little bit before that. The free kick differential Nuclear Days, I don't know the exact numbers, but I do know that we're not last. I don't even think we're second last. We might even be third last. Trezise, bang on the board. Good work. Well done. Well earned free kick. Good tackling there on Wardlaw. And then that was a better advantage that Dion took this time. But yeah, Tom Lynch is, dare I say, the barometer for us at the moment. He's marking almost everything that's coming his way. Good tackle too, Lynch. What's happened in this one? Oh, yeah, he pulled his arm back. Is that right? 4 contested marks for Lynch. He's had a really good start, Lynchy. And I know we obviously would have much rathered him out there for those 5 games in between that he missed with suspension. But in a lot of ways, it's like, does maybe having those 5 weeks off keep him a bit fresher for moments like this where he's feeling a bit fresher running across the ground? That's a throw as well. Yeah, maybe it wasn't ultimately the worst. The dead fish. That's a beautiful kick from Parker. Jesus. Oh, Brody, I don't know how he didn't give away a free kick then. Really thought that he made illegal contacts with Zerha, but we'll take one that's not against us. 4:22 left. Yeah, Broad very lucky. Oh, LDU just drifted forward there after that. We're just not, the midfielders aren't paying attention, are they? Or there's no communication with the players who are dropping back into holes. Hopper just needed to be a bit closer there. Geez, lucky that's another bad kick. They've let us off the hook a couple of times here. But like some of these things that or the goals or the shots at goal that we're giving up, I feel like they're easily fixed a little bit as well. So that's nice, Morris. Oh, go. So I feel like what we're doing's fixable. Oh, Mantle just got crunched in the face. Free kick downfield. No, well done, Ash. No commentators. Very good. Yeah, we're doing okay this year, Nuclear Days. There's like everything. It could be in trouble for that elbow to the face. It's still always, and it's the same with every club, not just us, but it's the ones that aren't paid that are the issue. So we're persisting with this bomb at long, but Lynch is running hot, so maybe Lynch has just thrown his body around. Agree, Ash. He's looking the best he has all year physically. Agree. Besides his finger, which is completely cooked, he's looking okay. Has that got us in 18th? Really? I could have sworn like 4 or 5 weeks ago we weren't anywhere near 18th. In fact, for some reason, I'm thinking that it might have been Port Adelaide or someone like that was down in 18th. Maybe our fortune changed for the worst in recent times. Geez, they've just chain handballed this down the field. They are slicing us just from working it from defense to forward transition. There you go, Nuclear Days. I didn't realize that we were last in that stat. I really thought we were a bit higher. Oh, Banks. Bit of blood. Why is he wiped it on the yellow part of the sash? Like, he could have used the black part, could have waited for a towel, and he's gone straight on the yellow part. He'd be fuming if you were John the property guy. Fuming. Has I've been going to Castanier's tattoo shop. He might have been. Oh, Lynch has been pinged for 50 for moving into Stand the Mark. Again, this is another shot on goal that we've given with something that we can fix or shouldn't be doing. That's a really technical one, though, isn't it? Lynch getting done for that. Another behind. Minute 45. Let's see if we can not concede in red time. Yeah, Bolter, Sonzi, Timmy, yeah, they've kind of flashed past the screen a few times, haven't they? But nothing meaningful, to your point, Kylie. Yeah, there they both are. Bolter and Sonzi. Geez, Zerha is posing all sorts of threats to us. He's looking very dangerous. But again, like a lot of weeks, we're defending okay. Agree, Ash, agree. Harry Sheasel on 12 disposals, not bad for my Supercoach draft final. Prelim final. Oh, Camden's just lost his footing. Need to get some stats up. Here's your red time goal coming, folks. Team stats. Oh no, wait, player stats. This kid was actually really good last week on debut. He was actually reasonably impressive. Oh, it must just be a shit end to kick goals at. It's really hard to read into their goal kicking when we haven't obviously gone that end yet. So they're 0-5 from set shots and they're 4-1. 30 seconds. Got to just make sure we don't concede. Who was that? Bolter. Go, get it moving. 20 seconds. We can still score. Oh, that's a dangerous kick. No, unless we turn it over. Go, Miller. Ah! Just half a second short, and Lynch could have almost had another mark there. Well, quarter time. Look, we'll take that's another quarter one, isn't it? I know, Jones Racing, you are probably the man with the stats in terms of how many quarters one we've had. I know from one of our previous chats that we've passed last year's quarters one, well, we did a little while ago, which is good. But yeah, to be ahead 19-26 at quarter time, yeah, not a bad result. Granted, we have been a little bit lucky with North Melbourne's inaccuracy, and I think that's definitely something we will acknowledge. But hopefully we can course correct a few things in the second quarter. Sorry. Okay, they said there's no breeze at the start. Interesting. So disposal-wise, Tyler Young leading the way on 6, although some of them might be a little bit skewed because he was taking kickouts. 1 mark, 1 clearance for Tyler Young. Trezai, 6 disposals, 1 goal, 1 tackle. Camden McIntosh, 6 disposals, 2 marks. Tom Lynch, 6 disposals, 4 marks, 1 tackle, 1 clearance, 2 goals. That's probably Lynch's best quarter, maybe for the year. And I think of those 4 marks, I think at least 3 of them might have been contested, maybe even the full 4. That's a very good start from Lynchy. Tom Brown, 6 disposals. So it's interesting, isn't it? We all obviously spoke a little bit about last week about Tom Brown not having the ball in his hand as much as we would like, but he's obviously had more disposals now than he had in the entirety of last week. So that's definitely a good sign for him. Jack Ross 5 disposals, Ben Miller 5 disposals, Timmy Taranto 4. But look, not a bad start from the forwards. Not a bad start from the forwards. We'll read out some comments. Hoops. Mac has lost his speed and we need more speed on the wing. Yeah, it's interesting. I think it depends on the player he's on, though, doesn't it? His speed's sometimes there, but I guess that last one, he probably just really committed to the contest and couldn't pivot and turn as sharply as maybe some other players could do, which is, can sometimes be problematic, I guess. Jones Racing, 27 quarters won, North 26, last year we won 23. There you go. So that's good incremental improvement, given the experience lost, so that's not bad. Need to get Banks more touches. So his Banks only had the two disposals for Banks, Hopper 2. So, I mean, I guess interestingly, when you look at like our midfielders in terms of disposals, you've got Taranto 4, Prestia 2, Hopper 2. So they're our 3 prime movers have all had very little of the ball, which suggests there's a lot of improvement to come in that area. By contrast, Sheasel 13, McKercher 10, LDU 10, Wardlaw 9. So more so, I know Colby's not really a centre bounce midfielder, but their prime movers are getting a lot more of the ball. So hopefully we can lift in that part of the game, because when they're moving the ball from defence, they are slicing us. Looking at the main stats, bring it across on this screen. What do we got? Inside 50s losing 15 to 9. Our efficiency inside 50, 66.7. Our average for the year is 45.5, so that's pretty good. Free kicks, 3 to 6, we're winning. Interestingly, clearances, we're tied at 9 apiece, and centre clearances, we're losing 4 to 3. We're winning 4 to 3, and stoppage clearances losing 6 to 5. So I guess it's more that their midfielders are actually getting more of the ball around the ground in general play, breaking away from stoppages, and participating in the link-up plays, I guess, compared to what our guys are doing. So we just need to get a bit busier and work a bit harder both ways to shut them down, number one, but then to get our own footy. Uncontested possessions, we're getting smashed in here again, 72 to 34. Hopefully we can make some adjustments. Marks, 19 to 18. We've taken 8 contested marks. That's pretty impressive, actually. We had 10 tackles, 1 tackle inside 50. Not bad with the tackles. Not bad. Ash, we looked average, but yet it's still leading. Positive, really. We could be 5 down. Agree. Our starts have been poor. Yeah, it's not. Our starts haven't been great, have they? Hopefully we can settle. It's almost like it takes us a quarter to work out what they're doing, make adjustments. Oh, pardon me. Early start today. And then hopefully we can sort of kick on from there. 78% kicking efficiency is not so bad either. Noel, how are you, mate? Is there anyone coming in at the seconds? Well, so the seconds are playing. I think they start in maybe like half an hour, 40 minutes. So Trainer was a late out today, like a late out. And Gibcus isn't here. So I'm guessing that he'll go play VFL. Who was the other emergency? Cozzy. Cozzy would have been the other one. So he'll be playing VFL as well. Yeah, agree, Andrew. We don't want the uncontested possessions to get out of whack or too far away. So if anyone wants to try and sync up, if you see the ball bounced on your game, press pause. I'll count you in for when it bounces on my screen, and you can hit play again. So I'm still seeing some highlights of the first quarter. So the umpire's about to bounce the ball in 3, 2, 1. We are down for the second quarter. I'll try and give some other timestamps during the quarter to help if you wish to try and sync up. It can be tricky with the natural delay of streaming and YouTube. Go Miller. Good pick up, Trezise. Oh, I forgot the clock again. Every goddamn time. Maybe I'll remember the clock for the third quarter. We'll see how we go there. Gee, that's a bold kick into the middle of the ground. We're just leaving LDU way too open. It does worry me a little bit. 2:15, I'll take that one. You're dead right. They definitely go into end way too easily. I just think we're leaving too many holes in the middle of the ground, and credit to the Kangaroos, they're taking the risk to take those kicks and hit their targets to open the ground up, and we're not playing close enough attention. Like LDU's just, I know there's no one right next to him, but he's kind of just drifted back into the middle of the ground again. I just feel like we're getting sucked up into the contest a bit. Good tackle. Just ahead of the K stream. So we've got 18:23 left if anyone wants to try and sync up. 18:23. Hopefully Zerha's okay. Despite the fact we're, playing against them and want to win, I don't like seeing injuries. Oh, yeah, it's got trapped. Jesus, that's not nice. Hopefully everything's okay for Cam Zerha. He was in pain straight away, the poor bloke. Yeah, fingers crossed for Cam. Don't like seeing shit like that, ever. And like Youngie didn't do anything wrong, really. It's just a really innocuous, unlucky thing. But yeah, fingers crossed for him. Jeez, he lowered himself. What was the 50 for? Jesus. Again, shit goal to give away. I mean, more so the 50. If Floston shoved him to the ground. Curtis did lower himself. Yeah, well, how can you pay? That's a soft 50. But then Vlosten gets shoved, so why not a reversal? If you're going to pay the first push, why not pay the second push? But yeah, Curtis has lowered himself there to milk that massively. He definitely ducked into it, Jones Racing. He definitely ducked into it. It was a beautiful tap from Tristan Sherry, though. Oh, Hopper's just been smashed into the ground. Well done, Brody. Oh, Caleb Daniel ducked his head too. Oh, that's a nice kick. Wardlaw adjusted that kick really well. Yeah, the midfield is getting... I mean, the play stats suggest that as well, don't they? That, like, again, if we look at the leading disposal getter, Sheasel's up to 14. Kangas hit the front. LDU up to 12, Wardlaw 11, and then you've got their two half-back prime ball users in Caleb Daniel and Colby McKercher up to 10 as well. So they're all in double digits. We've got no one near 10. Trezai's the highest on 7. So we're just not getting anywhere near the ball. We're getting outworked in a lot of different parts. But we were making the most of our chances early. Yeah, we wouldn't mind seeing some speed in the midfield or just some accountability in the midfield. He was always going to be a very good inclusion. So we're still going with the same here. But they are... Oh. Get it down. No, nothing kick. Yeah, maybe Ross could have a look at LDU. So, I mean, Seth Campbell hasn't got a disposal yet. That needs to get rectified. And this is what I mean when you see someone like Seth Campbell still on 0 possessions after a quarter, playing as a forward. That's where I would inject him and put him up into the midfield or push him up the ground more to get him busy, to get him a touch of the footy. Oh, Mills hitting the man on the mark. My goodness. Just think that we need to try and do more to get these types of players involved who are skillful, but just aren't getting enough of the footy. Geez, Miller got very lucky there. Oh, Taj, nice mark. Let's see if we can get creative with Seth Campbell. Get him up the ground. Oh, here are your free kick. Harry Armstrong, 1 disposal. Sonsie, 1 disposal. Bolter, 2. Vlosten, 2. Banks, 2. Broad, 3. So you can just see we're just not getting active enough, are we? Big Nate takes a mark. Oh, they've got the corridor again. I agree, Jones Racing. I would chuck him in the middle. Oh, Seth, you've got to jump for that. For me, that's really disappointing. Gee, Seth really second-guessed himself at that contest. He ran to it and then stopped and was hoping that someone bigger was going to come for it. Sometimes you just got to go for it yourself. And just impact. That wire's still there, by the way. Still hanging off the roof. Oh, good mark, Lynch. Oh, rubbish kick, though. Five contested marks in a quarter and a half is pretty impressive. But it doesn't mean shit if we aren't scoring, or if they're scoring more than we are, does it? Gee, she's up to 16. Surely I'm scoring really well in Supercoach here. Must win final, this one. It's only on 49 points. Tyler Young leading the way with disposals, 8. Yeah, Sullivan's looking okay. He's looking a lot more settled, isn't he, as the year's gone on? It's going to be interesting to see where they end up using him long term. Whether he's, maybe wing into the midfield, or he might see some stints on half back. He's got a few tricks. He's a smooth mover. I reckon Miller did mean that. Good tackle. There has to be. There was no disposal. If you get tackled and don't handball it, go down. Yeah, we're getting belted in the midfield. Oh, gosh. Simkin just floats in and takes the easy. It's almost an uncontested mark inside 50. 6 marks to 3 inside 50. Don't be blaming the Sharon, Jai. If you had to just kick the ball in properly in your captain's run like you're told to, it'll be fine. Well done, Tyler. Blame the footy. Jesus. Oh, nice fly from Harry. Fucking missing handballs. Like, they are all over us here. We're lucky not to be further behind. Too many soft efforts today. Was it Dimmer that made the stance about no long sleeve as well? I know Clarko did. Was Dimmer the same? I can't remember. For some reason, I always think there was a story. Was it maybe Lids? Who got told no more long sleeve, maybe by Dimmer back in the day. Just needs someone to get busy. He's got his arm held. Jesus. Oh. We're just going down the line again now, aren't we? We're not really... I don't know whether it's because North Melbourne are blocking off the corridor really well, or if we're just blazing away. Oh, Sonzi. Jeez, turnover complete. Oh, nice, Houghton. Was Lids after Dockland's game? That's right. There we go. So Houghton's desperate for the footy, isn't he? Like there's been quite a few times that he's just thrown himself at contests like that in his very short career so far. Oh, that's a shit handball again. Lucky they didn't hit that kick. Peter, how are you, mate? What's happening? We're getting a bit frustrated, if we're being honest. Our Broad up forward. Interesting. Our skill level's not... Oh, so you must be feeling all right about it then, Pete, if you're a North Melbourne supporter. you're probably unlucky not to be further ahead, to be honest, mate. Oh, it's Morris Rioli jags a goal. Yeah, your prime movers are getting a shitload of the ball. Sheasel 18, LDU 15, Wardlaw 15, Caleb Daniel 13, Colby McKercher 12, Jai Simkin 9. They are the leading disposal winners on the ground. And it feels like it's the difference in the game that you guys are prepared to get busy and actually work for it. By contrast, Ben Miller is our leading disposal getter on 9, along with Camden McIntosh, Tyler Young, James Trezise. So we've got 3 or 4 defenders amongst that list. Nice little crumb there from Harry Armstrong, and Morris, a beautiful finish, a little cheeky check side. Kind of against the flow of play, to be honest. Much needed, though, to tie it back up. Much needed. Like, you look at this game already, and for me, it already justifies why it was important that Lynch signed on again for next year. I know we want the young guys to be leading the charge. Oh, we've got, is that Seth Campbell in there? There we go. Is that Seth Campbell in the guts? Or is it Taj? I think they're both wearing the same boots. It's Taj. Okay, so we're making some slight adjustments. Good mark. I think this is Seth Campbell's first disposal. Like, oh, jeez, it's clean bowled him. Good tackle. Disappointing that we've just gone straight to that hot spot. I know Lynch is on, but sometimes it's good to just change angles up a little bit. You see all the good teams do it. Good contest from both players then. Oh, that's not a great kick, though, from Cooper Harvey. Oh, Sonsy's left it behind. I mean, it's nice to see that we did flick a magnet around with Taj getting into the middle. But yeah, we need to start doing a bit more of that, don't we? Good spoil. Oh. Yeah, that's it, Kylie. Like, I reckon it would be hard as players out there in real time. Like, you'd be feeling that Lynch is dominating and getting on top of his opponent. So I guess there would be a greater increased temptation to kick the ball to him. But it's not always the best option, is it, when you've got the opposition ruckman down there? As Payne converts. Yeah, not always the best option when there's just a big pack converging and you've got the ruckman down there too. Sometimes it is better just to take a bit of time, swing it around the other side and try and change the angles up. .22 inside 50 to 13. We're getting belted there. Clearances are starting to go North's way as well. 18 to 11, especially around stoppage. Uncontested possession has not improved for us. It's 111 to 63. I mean, the only real stat I'd say we're dominating in is contested marks, 11 to 2. But again, it doesn't really matter a whole lot if we're not getting at the parts of the ground that we need. Well, it's... Yeah, we're slow. trying to get out with the league speed, but we've just got just like we've not got the right personnel in there. Oh, fuck's sake. Good tackle. Yeah, contest-wise, we're showing some go and some intent, but we're just not well equipped to move the ball. He's going to get done holding the ball there. Or, tell you what, Kangaroos probably deserve to holding the ball there. Very lucky. Oh, Sherry, that's an unbelievable hit of the ball to LDU. Great mark. Tyler Young, well done. I really rate Tristan Sherry. I know the whole competition does, but you could quite easily make an argument for him being the best ruckman in the competition. He's so good. And he's just the right. I mean, would love Mank to be a bit more like him, but he's just not as tall. Doesn't have those effective hitouts that Sherry does. Hasn't got it. Oh, okay. Not right. So they don't pay knockout in the tackle. They don't pay holding the ball earlier. They say knockout in the tackle. That one gets knocked out in the tackle. McCurcher just drops it. And no dice. I see how it is. Oh, good smother. Good tackle. Again, the inconsistency with that rule is alarming. That was a ripper smother by Luke Parker, by the way. Hawk Tim, how are you, mate? 6 minutes 19 left. If anyone's trying to sync up, 6:19. They pinged him for it too. Jeez. Oh, that is very lucky bounce. And he's back. Just anything. Going well, Hawk, going well. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's a fair call, Andrew. The North Melbourne are definitely, what would you call it, 3 or 4 years ahead of us in development, I reckon. So yeah, we'll catch up in the coming years. We'll catch up. Couple of iffy ones, Paul, but there always is for all games. I mean, again, at least it wasn't us on the receiving end last night of a non-time wasting call from Phil Thorpe. That was fascinating. How old school's that, Jason? The wet area. That's full local footy style, isn't it? The wet area. Local footy finals are on today, actually. Juniors are on. Oh, Taj. Jesus Christ. He's got some tricks. How good's Taj Houghton? You're just seeing bits and pieces of what this kid's all about. He's jumping up over people, just getting deft taps and shimming and shaking. He's going to be good. He's got the beautiful blend of being quick in mind and quick in feet movement and athleticism as well. Just dump it in long. Oh, no. This is the problem now, though. Our forward 50 entries are just the same. Like there's no rhyme or reason with what we're doing. Taj is a gun. Taj like shy. 100% agree, Kyle. Taj has definitely got a much better footy brain. Makes the right decision a lot of the time. Taj has a bit of Cyril about him. That's not a bad one either. Like I think in a lot of ways similar to Cyril, that Taj may not be a 25, 30 disposal midfielder per week, but the ones he gets, they're going to be meaningful and they're going to hurt. Oh! See, again, I don't know whether that counter-attack was our strongest movement there. 3 minutes 40. Again, just dumping it inside 50. We did have someone over the top. Oh, Bolter. Wow. Made something out of absolutely nothing there. We'll take that. Jake, going well, thanks, mate, yourself. Go on, Hawk Team, what's your fact? Again, though, I just feel like we're falling into the... Like, if you look at who the player is over the top there on the edge of the square, that's probably who the kick should have gone to. We've obviously got away with one there and scored a goal, but it's not... The way our forward 50 entries play out, I don't think are completely sustainable. It's just a bit of luck one way or another, and I think we can do better to lower some eyes every now and then. But we'll take the goal, of course. VFL side 0 to 18. Now, are there any repercussions for our VFL side if they lose today? For some reason, I feel like we're locked into finals / wildcard. Is that's still right, isn't it? Gee, Sherry is on top of everything here. Easy reply. Jesus. We are getting slaughtered out of the midfield. Our midfielders need to wake up to where Sherry's tapping it, because Nank or whoever's rucking is not getting anywhere near the tap. Oh, there you go. Hawk Team. Taj went to your primary school. Nice. Oh, we're on 18, Jake. Apologies. Thank you. Nank's now way too worried, and rightly, about Sherry, that he's kind of ignoring the ball a little bit. Oh. Noah Bolter's backing up for Nankervis, and yeah, that doesn't look good for Vloston, does it? Oh. Good tackle. Could definitely work, Kyle. I think, again, just some games our midfield blend works with Taranto, Hopper, Prestia, and a lot of other games it doesn't. And today feels like it's one of those games where it's not. I feel like we're being a little bit too reactionary to making changes. We need to change the mix-up, don't we? Yeah, that didn't look good for Vloston, who's had an incredible year. You would have to think he'll be in contention to be in the squad for All Australian, like the short list. Is it 40 they do, the first list, the list of 40? It's out in the full. Throw in, it's either a mark or it's out in the full. I don't think he juggled it. I, I reckon it was a clean grab. Geez, I reckon Nank was close to giving away a free kick then for time wasting. Oh, look, to be fair, Ash, I don't think we were going to get too close to Geelong anyway, with or without Vlosten. But, I mean, if nothing else, it's just a shame that he doesn't get a chance to finish off his year, given how well... Oh, my God. Jack Darling intercepts the handball. Just given how well it is played. You know North's having a good day when Jack Darling's reading intercept handballs. One minute 39 left. So this is where Tom Brown's going to need to step up in the absence of Nick Vlosten. And maybe Trezise has to roll back as well. Yeah, exactly right, Nobby. If you want to win the ball in the midfield, that's great. But, I mean, the reality is that Sherry's such a good ruckman that we're not able to get first use of the ball because Nank can't win a hit out. But then our guys aren't good enough or quick enough to rove off Sherry or shut down the North midfielders. And they're running amok in there. Oh, I'm not sure that was a handball. Good tackle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The top 9 disposal getters on the ground at North Melbourne players. Like, they are smashing. So now our best midfielder is Jack Ross with 10. Lucky miss from Parker. Agreed, Tubby. Our defending of the transition's not been great at all. And that could be something that North Melbourne's gone to work on too. So Camden McIntosh on 12, Tyler Young 11, Jack Ross 10, Nank 10, Miller 10, Hopper 10. Again, they got Seth Campbell's only had 2, Vlosten 2, and he's now out. Bolter 3. Oh, jeez, nearly. Give him the ball back before we give away 50. Sheasel has had 26 and a half. Agree, Brent. Agree. Get Morris Jr., get Seth, get just players who've got a bit of toe into the midfield. I'm with you. I'm with you. Got a spoil. Oh, Jesus. Jeez, we've almost conceded another goal in the death. Huge quarter for North Melbourne. North Melbourne up by 8 points at halftime after we led at quarter time, 47-39. We are just getting comprehensively outworked, I think, is the easiest and only way to really describe it. Disposals. Harry Sheasels had 28 disposals, 1 goal, 2, 5 clearances and a half of football. Yeah, wait, let me check my super coach first and see if it translates. One thing, they have 28 disposals. Okay, it's not so bad. Sheasels already on 89. That's not too bad. Jerry's already on 103 for any super coaches out there who have got him in your side. But yeah, Sheasel, LDU 21 touches, Wardlaw 19, Parker 16, Caleb Daniel 14, Even Sherry's up to 13, McKercher 13. They are just bullying us around the contest and getting the footy. Camden McIntosh, our leading disposal getter, 13 touches, 4 marks, 1 tackle. Tyler Young, love him, but you don't want Tyler Young being your second biggest disposal winner on 11. Jack Ross, 11. And then Curvis, 10. Miller, 10. Hopper, 10. So it feels like the story of our day at the moment as you look further down the list. Yeah, you got Taranto on 8. Banks on 6. You want to see him with the ball more. Sonzi 5. Dion Prestia 5. Tash Houghton 5, but I mean, he's not the one that's going to get it 20 or 50 or 20 or 30 times. Vlosten had 2, so they'd obviously done a reasonable job of keeping him quiet, and it's pretty likely that he won't play anymore. Seth Campbell 2, Harry Armstrong 2, and obviously Steely Green's not been on the ground as yet. Jeez. Tough going. Exactly, Ash. They're having a bit of a shocker in front of goal, aren't they? We got lucky at the end there with Sheasel missing and Luke Parker missing. Could have been a couple goals further ahead. Very lucky to only be 8 down. Scoreboard flatters us. Yeah, I thought we were pretty competitive in the first quarter. The first half of the first quarter. And then for the last quarter and a half, it's been all one-way traffic, I reckon. Taranto, Hopper and Ross, 10 yards slower. Yep, we've got to make some moves. Sheasel, 28 disposals. Do you reckon we tag Sheasel in the second half? Surely there's probably 3 or 4 players you could justify in tagging. Maybe we send Ross to Sheasel. Someone might have to look after LDU. There's a few players that could get looked after. I'll probably have to do a Canva thing separately, Hawk Tim. I'll have to try and find time to do something separate on that. Harry Sheasel, 28. Senior midfielders need to stand up. Rets, agree. And I guess this is where it gets frustrating, isn't it? That it's often the experienced and senior guys that are the ones letting us down a little bit. North midfielders just working harder and want it more. Simple as that. Yeah, our backline's been good, Jay Tiger. They've been good, but yeah, to your point, with Seth Campbell not touching the footy, that's right. I think we need to be a bit more creative and move him up into the midfield. Like, try and actively force getting his hands on the football to start generating some disposals. Need someone on Sheasel. North should be 5 to 6 goals in front. They very well could have been, Michael, if they had a kick straight at the end there. Very well could have been 5 to 6 in front. So there's definitely some adjustments we need to make at half time. Oops. EJ might be jumping on a bit of an audio chat. I'm just texting to see if he's available. So if Vlosten's got shoes off and ice on the ankle, that's not a good sign. You would have to say that that's the day done for Vlosten. It'd be hard to see him coming back from that, I would have thought. Big Ivan Maric. Yeah, it wasn't good, Nick, with Zerha, so fingers crossed he's okay too. They said on TV that it might only be an ankle injury rather than a knee injury, so that's a good thing. If it's just an ankle, I mean, obviously the ankle can have different severities, but hopefully it's not too bad for both he and Vlosten, who had very similar incidents, to be honest. Razzo lining up for goal. Are we still winning? We're doing all right in the VFL? Is Gibkiss and Cozzy both playing in the VFL currently? What are they doing? Who's they tanking? No, I definitely don't subscribe or think that we're tanking. I think that's in players to do. Yeah, there's a bit of work to do there, Enzo, isn't there? I think as well, I think a lot of credit's got to be given to Tristan Sherry as to why our midfield's maybe not being as dominant, because he is being very dominant. I felt like in the first game against North Melbourne that Nank broke a bit more even with him. Nank's done some okay things, but I just think that Sherry's has a lot more impactful taps to advantage, which gives the North Melbourne mids some better use of it than what we get. And our mids are just too slow to react to read off him. But there's definitely some tweaks and adjustments we need to make. I will jump across to the VFL score. Geez, there's a shitload of games on, isn't there? So we're playing against Williamstown. What have we got here? So VFL score 25 or 24 minute mark of the last quarter. Tigers 4 goals straight. You don't see that too often. Williamstown 2 goals straight, so we're up by 12 points. What have we got? Disposals. Sam Toner 5 disposals. Lockie Wilson 4 disposals, 1 goal. Lockie Street 4 disposals. Caleb Smith 4. Harry Scott 4. El North 3, Yassine 2, Razzo 1 goal from 2 disposals. Cozzy's out there as well. Gibcus out there. Jasper Elgar. Is Hayes Brown and Fawcett out there? It's got them listed down the bottom, but they're both statless, so they may be coming on later in the game because they're coming back from injury. My guess would be they're on managed minutes. Seeing it kind of listed that way, I kind of feel like that might be listed minutes for, managed minutes for them in the VFL, if anyone's watching. Yeah, Michael, thoughts on the first half? We're lucky to be as close as we are, really. North have blown some easy chances, and they're pretty much smashing us in most parts of the ground. Again, our defence has been relatively good, and we've also been very lucky that they've missed. But our guys just aren't getting anywhere near the ball. Nowhere near it whatsoever. Well, here we go. We'll see if this works. EJ, got you there?
Testing.
Oh, there you are. I can hear. Yep. Welcome, mate. How you doing?
Try now.
Yeah, got you there. How are you, mate? You going well?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I didn't have speaker on.
Oh, okay. No, it's coming through loud and clear, so everyone should be able to hear you A-OK. What are your thoughts on the first half?
We're lucky we're only 7 points down.
Yeah, that seems to be the general vibe of it all. I thought we played all right the first half of the first quarter, but then from then on, we just got smashed in pretty much every area, didn't we?
Yeah, Jerry's doing a number on Nank, and we're getting nailed in the guts, and it's getting into their forward line too easily, too quickly. If we can balance the midfield, we should be right.
Who do you put in there? I saw that Tash Houghton was in there for one, but it just feels like this is one of those games that we can't persevere with the trio that we keep going with. They just aren't reading the taps from Sherry well, or they're not keeping up with their opponent.
It's the lack of speed for me.
Yeah,
that's exactly right. Yeah, it's the lack of speed. So if we are going to be second to the ball, you've got to have people that can stop them just marching it out of there. And as serviceable as Prestia, Hopper and Taranto have been for a long time, we need to change the dynamic. We need speed. I'd put Houghton, Morris Jr., Sonzi. I'd mix it around and change it up.
Got to do something. And I was even saying earlier on that seeing Seth Campbell only on 2 touches, that feels like it would make sense to try and get him up around the contest more, to try and get him busy. And that would be a place to do it. Chuck him in the midfield and let him try and get some touches.
I actually wrote on Twitter, I think he needs to lift. He's been pretty poor.
It's kind of been the same for a couple of games now, though, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. Yep. Maybe just the end of a long first full year.
Possibly.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's tiring. But again, I think there's still an onus on the coaches to then try and change that and get his hands on the ball, which I just don't think that we're doing. Lynch, 5 or 6 contested marks. He was actually setting the tone for us in a lot of ways, wasn't he?
He was fantastic. He moved better than I've seen him move for ages. He actually looked all right. And one grabbers, like he was clunking them. So no, he was really good. I actually thought early doors I had visions of 6, 7, 8 goals in my head, but we haven't been able to get it back down to him.
No.
That first half of that first quarter, like you were talking about, when we had control and we were getting it out of the middle and we were getting it in quickly, they had no one that could go with him.
Just feels like now we're reverting back to the old previous tactic of just dropping it long to the same spot. And by the time we do that, Tristan Sherry's down there, so that's another tool you've got to contend with. I just feel like we've got to start getting creative again and changing angles up. But we've got to win the ball first. Like the first 8 or 9 ball winners on the ground are all North Melbourne players. It's their prime movers. You've got Sheasel on 28, LDU 21, Wardlaw 19, Parker 16, Daniel 14, Sherry 13, McKercher 13, and then we chime in with our top disposal getter of Camden McIntosh on 13. So it just says to me that we aren't working hard enough and no one's really prepared to get busy to try and find the footy.
Yeah. And a lot of it does stem from the fact that they've got their hands on the ball first. As long as they don't stuff it up, they can control the ball. And that also makes us look down pressure-wise.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we have to tighten up on Sheasel and LDU in particular. You can't just let them run rampant.
They just find themselves free in the corridor, just waltzing around. I don't know whether we just get sucked into the contest or we're too busy worrying about our own thing and not worried about the defensive side. I don't know what they're doing, but games are not going to be winnable if you give that much space to the guys who use it the best.
Yeah, correct. So we have to do something about that in the second half. I mean, he's not going to end up on this many disposals, but if you double what Sheasel's got, he'll have 56.
Yeah,
that's not acceptable. That's not acceptable in anyone's language.
No. And like at worst, you're probably going to say he's on for at least 40 to 45.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't think
we can contain him. If we can contain him to 40 from here, 12 in the second half, that'd be a massive win.
You'd probably take that, wouldn't you? Yeah.
Yeah, 100% you would. 100%. Look, I think one of the highlights for me, a couple of things he did, but, everybody knows what we're talking about when we talk about the main thing, but gee, Hotton's got some tricks.
He does, doesn't he? He's just so composed when he's in traffic. Like he rarely makes the wrong decision. He's happy to hold on to it for half a second longer and get through a set of opponents to then pick the right option.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm not really one for making massive and big comparisons, but if you were to look at Shea Bolton at the same point in their career, I think Hotton's tracking really well.
Oh, absolutely. And like we were saying earlier, he may not get it 15 or 20, 25 times a game, but if he gets it 10 to 15, they're going to be relatively good touches and good things generally happen when he's near the ball, which is good. What have you made of Trezai's game? We've obviously felt that he had a bit of a down couple of weeks. Have you thought he's had an improved game today or much of the same?
No, he's been really good. He definitely, I mean, and that's why last week I wasn't really stressed or didn't go too hard because he was pretty poor last week. But no, he, along with Lynch early on in the first quarter, he set the tone. Not normally a fantastic kick for goal. Very solid when he took the shot as well. But no, he's been really good.
Yeah, I didn't.
How many disposals did he end up having? 11 or 12? Or I don't know. I haven't looked.
Hang on, I'll have a look for James Trezai's. He's on 8.
All right, it's okay. He must have used the ball really well because it felt to me like more than 8 disposals.
Yeah, okay. So you're feeling like he's having a bit more impact.
Yep.
Per disposal.
Yep. And defensively, like he's switched on and alert. So, no complaints with Trezai's today.
And we've obviously seen Nick Voston go down with the ankle. I think he's since been subbed out. I don't know how bad it is. Hopefully it's not too bad. But how do you see the backline reshaping with him out? Is it someone like Tom Brown that's got to step up and fill the void?
Might have to bring Bolter back.
Yeah, well...
it depends. I think we can see in the first few minutes, because we've got the rotation, obviously, because there's always normally one on the bench. So we'll have a look in the first few minutes. But if they need to, they can pull the trigger of bolted back. But there's no real key figures down there. So it's just a matter of everyone playing their role with the people that are left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I thought Shorty was pretty good.
Yeah, he wasn't too bad. It's hard 'cause I guess later in that quarter, the halfbacks who were marking it in the middle of the ground was still just bombing it in deep and long, but he was doing okay. He was doing okay. Tyler Sonsie?
Yeah, look, what did he have? No disposals at quarter time. He's worked into it in the second quarter. I think he'd want a big second half. I don't think he'd be in our bottom few today so far.
I think a lot of them need a big second half, don't they? It feels and seems very lackluster, doesn't it? From a lot.
That's a very fair call. That's a very fair. There's a lot of people that need a big second half. You're right there, but I mean, Sonsie hasn't been great today.
Yeah. Seth
Campbell has not been great. Seth Campbell has been as we discussed, has been poor. So there's a few. Mansell's trying of that smaller sort of fleet around. Mansell's trying really hard.
Yeah, he's probably getting the most busy. Lou's put through a suggestion: could Seth run with Sheasel for a little bit to change it up?
Yeah, well, why not? Someone's got to run with Sheasel.
And I mean, if nothing else, that Sheasel's going to lead him to the ball, so maybe he'll get a few touches himself and work off him the other way. I mean, at this stage, anything's worth a shout, right? You should be prepared to try almost anything.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is we're sitting here saying we're playing poorly, and we are playing poorly, but we're only a goal down.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I think, again, it's, I guess, a combination of our defence doing relatively okay again and then being a little bit inaccurate. Today's probably been the first day, and I don't know whether it's because of the conditions or not, that we've probably seen a few more inaccurate kicks from like Miller and Young. Hasn't been too damaging, but it was just something that stood out, and it could just be the circumstances of the game, I guess.
Yeah, it could be just the weather or whatever down there. But I had a bit of a laugh because we've been talking about how well Miller's been kicking it, and he's absolutely chopped it today.
Kicked into the man on the mark, one out in the full. I'm like, oh, jeez, we've just pumped him up, and he's come out and done that to us.
Yeah, so, look, I'm sure that halftime is a really good chance to reset. If we look at the last few weeks, we've had a poor quarter, a poor half, but we haven't played a poor game.
Yeah, okay.
So, we could, if we played well in the second half and overcome, it wouldn't surprise me.
So you just want to see a response. Makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I think everyone would be a little bit disappointed with where we're sitting at the moment.
Yeah.
It just, it's been an untidy performance and a bit lackluster. So up the pressure. The pressure in the first half of the first quarter was really good.
Yeah.
Bring the pressure back to North Melbourne, force the errors. The game will turn to a turnover game. We'll be right.
Well, that just about sums it up. It's about to kick off with a 30. Hanging around, or are you going back to watch it?
I've got to go and pick up my daughter in about 15 minutes. So
very good.
I will miss about 10 minutes of this quarter. But apart from that, we should be right.
No drama. Sounds good.
All right, go Tigers.
All right, thank you, mate. Appreciate it.
Cheers.
Bye.
See ya.
There we go. A bit of EJ in it at halftime for a chat, which is always good. Mansell to halfback to replace Vlosten. Yeah, I mean, to everyone's point in chat, I really don't think there's a bad idea. And where was it Justin that said it? Yeah, it's about pulling more levers, Justin. I agree. And again, people have mentioned in this chat quite a few levers that you could pull to mix it up. I guess from a coaching perspective, you want to try and do what's tried and tested, but maybe sometimes that doesn't always work. So yeah, I think there's been some really good points made in chat about levers that could be pulled to help get the game on our terms, to help get players into the game. We'll have to see if he's got the balls to do it or if they need to do it, as Houghton gets another nice disposal. Lovely kick, Shorty. Again, Tash Houghton there. The composure, he does exactly what Sam Lawler does. The composure to weave in and out of traffic and then just pick the right option with a handball. Yeah, so good. You'd love to see him kick more. I'd probably say the same thing about Sam Lawler. But Brent, to your point, mate, he's smooth. I think that is the most apt way to put it. He is smooth. Oh, Boulder's gone the banana. Not bad intent early. Well, Drones Racing, that's a good point too, that if Trainer plays, he slots back into defence. Let's see how we defend the kick out here. Almost every kick out that they've had, they've gone coast to coast on. And that's not a great start because they're already outside 50 and no one's touched it. Back to Caleb Daniel. Oh, no, we picked one off there. There we go. Go, Morris. Oh, geez, it's just, what's this camera angle? Someone, oh, not 15. Jeez. I mean, at least we stopped the counter attack, but we've got to do better there. I thought the person in the long jump, in the long sleeve was Tom Brown. I was probably hoping he was going to have a flying shot, but it was apparently Prestia. Can't tell because we're playing on FIFA end to end, drawn all the way back, high camera angle, and we can't see shit. Someone's marked that. There we go, Ben Miller. Good mark there from Miller. But again, we're just bombing it back to the spot. Oh. Nice. I don't think you're in range here, Tim. I reckon you got to pass that. Tim Lynch, oh, Tim Lynch, my goodness. Tom Lynch has done well from a pressure standpoint too there. McKercher was always going to want his left foot. It has to either go into that brown, that dark patch of grass there and someone leading. He's not going to, this is going to be a nothing kick. That was a bad missed tackle as well. Inside our 50. There, you got to be more desperate there. Good spoil from Trezise. So to a nothing spot. But no one moved though. So as critical as it was of Taranto, that no forward led to a spot where he could have kicked it to. So they kind of left him with no choice but to kick it there. Oh shit! Jesus, Trezise, that was a bad handball. Agree, Shane. Agree. We've got to be able to stick those tackles inside 50, don't we? Like front pressure. Oh, Taj Houghton again. Two people on the mark. No 50. Oh, no, that might work. Oh, Lynch with the sit. Good grab. Well done. Got to kick this, though. This is where I'm nervous. He's not a certainty from here whatsoever. Has to convert. Good grab. Bolter did well just to stay competitive and to not allow an easy chop out there. Carl Lynchy, this needs to be your third. This needs to be bread and butter every day of the week, straight through the middle. Fuck me, honestly. That's so poor. I mean, in a game, we struggle to kick scores. We cannot have forwards missing regulation shots like that. That's so disappointing. Yeah, Dave. Yeah, it was Harry Armstrong with the left foot pass. 100% got to do better there. That's not. I know he's kicked two, whatever, and he's been great for us, but that needs to be regulation every day of the week. Jeez. Our pressure's up at least. We've just got to hit the scoreboard. Again, let's see how we go defending the kick out. Jeez. We had a couple of chances to turn that over there and just wasn't good enough. Actual reaction to Lynch was me. Oh, horrible, wasn't it? It's just like the type of plays that both clubs have are just so different. Oh, Curtis goes back and slots it too. Fuck's sake. So we dominate the first 7 minutes, can't kick a goal. And they, yeah, get it up there coast to coast relatively easy and score. Just doesn't feel like we've done anything to adjust the stopping the transition to football. It was a very good kick though. 6 entries for 3 behinds. And to be fair, I mean, yeah, Lynch should have scored that goal. Williamstown are now winning by 8 points in the VFL too, just quietly. Good tackle. He's dropped it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Goal kicking letting us down. Yeah, exactly. Did Jerry not drop the ball though from the middle? Interesting. LDU though just fucking put the afterburners on. He doesn't miss, darling. Bad start to the third quarter. I can appreciate the desperation to try and lunge and tackle, but Jesus, it shouldn't have even got out there to even happen. Yeah, Lockie, they're very slow. And we don't seem to make any adjustments either. What's the mix we've got in there now? Is it the same crew? Because we need to respond here. Otherwise, the game's going to slip very quickly if it hasn't already. Still Prestia, Ross. Yeah, it's still the same. Good tackle. But again, you look at that Prestia clearance, And that's the difference. It's the quality of clearance. It's just a blast kick inside 50, whereas North players are able to run, carry, and get a genuine proper disposal inside 50 and hit a forward. It's a big difference in the quality. Oh, it was missed. Fuck. We need that. Jason, I wonder if a footy's ever smashed a window on the grandstand. You would imagine it's some type of like really strong fiberglass, surely. Otherwise, you would think that it'd be a genuine chance to have shattered a few windows. Just too slow, Hopper, to get boot to ball. Oh my gosh, out in the full. Fucking hell, it's all falling apart. He does so much good work, Lynch, in this game, and then, yeah, just undoes it with that, the easy miss that we desperately needed. Well, Taranto, Hopper, and Pressia don't have the wheels to go with him, Lou, and this is why we keep screaming for getting a different mix in the middle. Oh, Jasper's kicked a beautiful snap goal in the Resi's. Nice. Thank you, Matt. I thought Jasper might have been a sneaky chance for this game, actually. Probably a little bit of blind hope by me, because we hadn't heard too much about his concussion. Yeah, wouldn't mind seeing him play. I'm sure he'll play quite a few games next year, though, to be fair, won't he? Who's the on-bolter? Oh. Oh my god. What is that shit? And this is where the value of kicking those goals earlier would have been so handy. The confidence drops, the other team get on top, and then all of a sudden everyone feels real shit about themselves. It just didn't bounce high enough to be able to punch that through, did it? The kick from Brown wasn't great though, was it? I mean, either way, it could have almost been paid a mark. Oh, fuck. Jesus Christ. No, I agree, Ash. I reckon that's game. The players, they're not getting anywhere near it. The midfield's the same midfield core again. Look at how far back Prestia and Hopper are, while the other North Melbourne midfielders are running forward of the contest. They're completely flat-footed and still in the centre square as Sheasels kicked that goal. That is disgusting defending. Even if we don't think we have the talent at the moment, Andrew, to put into the midfield, they can't do any worse than what the current trio are doing, can they? It's like, you may as well try something, because what they're currently doing is piss poor and not working. Like I said, seeing Prestia and Hopper still standing in the centre square while Sheasel kicks that goal is just embarrassing. She's up to 34 touches. Oh my God, it's all just going their way now, isn't it? Too easy. It could very well blow out. Agree, Tubby. Get Taj and MJ in the middle. Do anything. Uze's not a game day coach. It makes it harder to, honestly, it makes it harder to defend when we don't make changes. When we don't make active changes and pull levers. Is Ross trying to tag him though, do you reckon, Shane? Or do you reckon, are we still just going head to head? Well, did they break the glass? That would have been a test case for us. Sheasel 35. Like I said, the main positive here is that my Supercoach draft team, I should be in a good spot here with Sheasel. What's he on? 109? And he's break even 114. So I should be in a good spot there. Oh, the guy I'm playing against in the prelim final, Will, very unfortunate. He has Nick Vlaston, who's on -1. That's a bit unfortunate there. Is Seth in the middle now? It's only taken us 3.5 quarters. That Seth in the middle gets the ball. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? I know it didn't eventuate to anything, but the reason why Seth got that ball is because he was quick enough to be able to shut off the exit handball to the other North Melbourne midfielder, and it caused the turnover. Whereas the other players we have in there aren't quick enough to keep up with the North midfielder, and they can get that release handball, and away they go. Amazing what happens when you get someone with some pace in there. Put Presti half forward and Taj in the middle. Or we could do a number of things. A lot of people up and about with Seth in the middle. Agree, Brent. Agree. Again, at the risk of sounding like a broken record, for reasons mentioned way earlier, that it would have actually helped Seth get his hands on the footy and maybe boost his confidence and get him in the game, which would be of benefit. Nice pickup from Mansell there. Oh. Seth Campbell, good goal. Seth, gets his hands on it in the middle. Maybe he's up and about a bit now. Maybe he's up and about. Let's see where he lines up again. Let's see if we go back to the old method. Seriously, Sophie, how are you, buddy? Seriously too slow. Agree. Really hope they look at either trading. I know we've talked about it a little bit, haven't we? That, I mean, there's a little bit of speculation floating that one of our top tier players might be getting sought after by a top 8 side. We don't know who the player is or even how true it is, but if the rumours and speculation are there, if it was a Taranto or Hopper, would we be interested? Who knows? I think regardless though, next year, it looks like Seth's in the middle again. Next year, we have to change the blend. I feel like I'm going to have a lot of videos about this blend of the midfield 3 over the off-season. Mark, how are you, buddy? Any chance? I mean, he should have given a blast at halftime and sort of take a look at what they're doing as a coaching group as well and change things up. Oh, they're going to say hit the post, are they? Jeez, don't do us dirty. Looks like daylight there, doesn't it? How can you tell from that vision, unless you've got Snicko? if there's, I don't know whether they've got other vision or not, but you can't really overturn based on that, I wouldn't have thought. Okay, confirmed goal. I agree, Andrew. Davey Roden. He's one of the best, David Roden. Such a good character. Cool, calm, and collected. Oh, Seth Campbell, clearance. Oh, Taj, flying. It can't be a coincidence that Seth's gone in there for 2 and we've come out with it twice. That's a nice inboard kick, though. Still no one on Sheasel, though. Yeah, Sonzi has been quiet. I mean, to be honest, Hawk Tim, there's quite a lot that have been way too quiet. Taj is definitely having a crack, that's for sure. I think I said it on Monday night or in a video somewhere during the week. He'll take Mark of the Year one day. He's just got that spring in his step to fly for anything and everything, and he'll take one. Yeah, they've kind of matched up well in us for years, haven't they, Brent? Oh, good tackle. Jeez, even when we make a good tackle inside 50, we can't dispossess them and they get their hands out and still manufacture a goal. Crazy. I mean, they got lucky the handball hit the target, didn't they? But you make your own luck sometimes, don't you? Yeah, I don't know what the record is. I think the record's somewhere above 50, though, John. Was it Greg Williams or did someone else eclipse that at some point in time? They're not sure what the... Did Dacos get a 50 at any stage, I wonder? Oh, that sums up the day, doesn't it? Taranto handballing to Hopper and Hopper slips on his ass. I mean, he could have had an easy disposal. Wow. Wow. Oh, yeah, I haven't changed the queue, haven't I? I didn't start the clock either. No one reminded me. That's an incredible goal. 7 goals in the quarter. You know you're having a good day kicking goals like that. That's incredible. He didn't even look at the goal. Was he trying to center it, do you reckon? Or was it a shot? I'm not even sure what that was. That's a pretty ridiculous goal. That's insane. He's had a good year, Curtis. Oh, there you go. Tom Mitchell, 54. Good work, John. Could be in danger, couldn't it? 38 at the moment. This is going to get uglier real quick. Geez, that should have been a regulation pass inside 50. We got lucky there. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to tell if it was either way. It was a bloody good goal. trying to make it 5 wins for the first time since 2019. I mean, they'll obviously be happy about getting a win today, but that's still a pretty average stat for them, I would have thought. They're just taking pot shots all over the shop now. Yeah, it's an interesting tactic, isn't it, Hawk Team? I mean, Tyler Young's definitely improved his kicking over. I shouldn't say that before he's kicked it this year, but when you've got guys like Tom Brown and Jaden Short, Sam Banks, like you would think they would be better suited to taking the kick out. If you look even like at what North Melbourne do, you know, McKirch is taking kick outs. Like they have the kick outs being taken by their prime movers and their good ball users. So it's an interesting one. I'd love to actually know more about the tactical, the theory behind it. Skadoosh, I think that's nail on the head. They look cooked. Oh, that's an ugly kick though. Out in the full. Geez, that's annoying from you, Sheasel. That's probably cost me a couple of points there. Sheasel 30. No, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the top 7 disposal getters are North Melbourne plays. Our first best is Hopper on 18 and then Taranto on 15. But they've got 7 players in 20 plus. Geez, we're just fumbling everything. Yeah, I would say, Enzo, this is probably one of our more senior sides for the year, isn't it? Probably it even grew maybe ever so slightly again with Trainer out and Steely Green, although that probably doesn't make too much of a difference. But no, definitely probably one of our more experienced lineups, I agree. Yeah, same here, Samuel. I took Sheasel the number 1 pick in our draft, and he's had a bit of not a super consistent year from a super coach perspective, and I actually came close to maybe considering some trade offers a couple of times, but I'm glad I've held on to him for this particular game because I'm in the prelim final after I think I finished top, so I do need to get the win, and he is making a solid contribution today, I would have thought. Yeah, it's like I still haven't really noticed anyone. Where is Sheasel here? So he's just kind of sitting off the stoppage. No one's really next to him. He's got an opponent, I guess, but no one's really. I wouldn't call it a tag, would I? Definitely getting ugly, Hayden. That's true, Brent. Another quarter to watch. It's always when we make the decisions to do a live that it turns to shit. Gee, why wasn't that a mark to him? Maybe it was touched. Surely it was further than 15. No one on Sheasel again. There's still no one on him. Broad's now gone and essentially tackled him in open space. All individual goal kickers in the VFL. Lockie Wilson won, Razzo won, Girolami won, Liam George won, and Elga won. Apparently the Elga one was good. Not sure if anyone's. I haven't seen it yet, but apparently it was not a bad snap for goal. Again, I think I asked earlier. I'm not sure we discussed it fully, but are there repercussions for losing the VFL game at all? Oh, he's flushed that too. Jesus. Like we said, this is both teams' grand final, and we just haven't come to play. Horrible. 8 goals 2 to 1-4 in this quarter. 8 goals 2. Disgraceful. North just wanted a hell of a lot more. I don't think Grill's playing this week. No, Grill's not playing. I'm not actually sure how that all works in terms of is there like a certain amount of games they can play in a row or in total. I'm not overly sure, but no, it doesn't look like there's no under 18 player in there. It looks like Hayes Brown's on the ground now, 6 disposals, 1 tackle. Fawcett on the ground now, 3 disposals. So I'm guessing they were on some managed minutes, those two. I don't think they played much in the first quarter. 2:17 to go. 2:17 to go. Yeah, we're playing the grand final like Sydney. It feels about right, doesn't it? Oh, good interception. Nice, Sonzy. That's why you got to try and get the ball in his hand. I know he's had a shit day, as have probably 20 others, but he's a nice user of the footy. Read that well and hit a nice pass to Lynch. That's what we need to be seeing more of. Yeah, I think you're right, Nobby. I did feel like that we were guaranteed, we were locked in for the wild card / finals. Lynchy cannot banana it. Yeah, I know, Ash. It's annoying that the VFL AFL crossover. We've had that happen, was it twice? Maybe 3 times? Definitely at least twice. Yeah, it's annoying when that happens, especially because there's, I guess, so much more interest in the VFL this year with the players coming through. Although half of them aren't available at the moment, are they? Oh, they've just taken 2 marks in a row down the line. Just always looks so unco, doesn't he, Tubby Josh? Compared to like Rewald, who was such a fluent kick around his body, he'd even have enough confidence to go into the left and bend it around. 54 seconds. You'd almost back us in to concede here. Yeah, and I know, and Larky's not even playing and Zerha's injured. We don't need reminding. That makes it real grim. No, it's not good punt road local. We started out okay, but it's turned. Yeah, Benjamin. Yeah, it would be interesting to see what phrases are used. It's just that no connection in the front half again, do we? I don't blame him, Shane. Could you imagine trying to be a forward in the way we kick the ball? 15 seconds. Oh, got a free kick. Got to turn and go. Get it in there. Go. Oh my God. There we go. Lynch will get suspended here. Shithouse quarter. That's the summary. Shithouse quarter. 8 goal quarter should not be happening. Disposal winners: Harry Sheasel 40, LDU 29, Parker 26, Wardlaw 25, McKercher 25, Daniel 23, Simpkin 21, and then Hopper 19. So we haven't even got anyone over 20 yet. My goodness. Dylan Stevens 17, Jerry 16. He's had a big game. Trezise 16, Torano 15, Nate 15, McIntosh 14. We're just not getting the footy at all. Young 13, Short 13, and so on and so on and so on. Tom Brown 9, Sonsie 7, Broad 7, Seth Campbell 6, Bolter 6, Harry Armstrong 3, Steely 1, Vlosten 2. Team stats. Inside 50s, we're losing 51 to 31. Weirdly, our efficiency inside 50 is still 54.8, which isn't so bad given our average is 45.3. Clearances, we're losing 39 to 26, so they're definitely starting to assert themselves there. Centre clearances, 12 to 10. Stoppages, we're getting obliterated in 27 to 16. Again, uncontested possession. This is what it feels like. What is it? The third or fourth week in a row, maybe longer. 213 to 122. So you would guess that that's going to probably double by the time the game ends. And contested possessions 129.97. So it's just getting smacked all over the park. Marks 60 to 50. Marks inside 50, 11 to 7. The only stat we're winning is contested marks still, 6 to 14. Oh, my nose. Tackles, we've got 53 tackles and 6 tackles inside 50s. No bounces today. There you go. Interesting stat, no bounces. I don't reckon we are going to put anyone on Shees or Solar. Not sure why we didn't that quarter, but we seem pretty against the idea of doing it. Oh my gosh, that sneeze. Worst quarter of the season, I reckon that's probably not far off the mark, I reckon. That could be pretty close. How many times this year a team's blown us away in a quarter? It feels like, John, that most of the games we lose by semi-reasonable margins, the damage is always done in a quarter, and then they kind of just chip away and do bits and pieces after that, don't they? But again, an 8-goal quarter, I mean, I don't think North are the first team to do that to us. And yeah, unfortunately, that's all it takes at the moment. Sydney winning against Geelong, are they? There you go. Has that game just started, Jake? That'll be early stages, I imagine. You just would have expected a better effort today, given that the reality was that this game was the last game that probably both sides were a chance of winning. Although Adelaide may rest a heap of players next week, the North might find themselves in a fortunate position where they have a free crack at it against a slightly weaker Crows side. But just the lack of fight, the lack of effort and intensity. There's a couple of players for us who have I've felt had a crack. I think Tash Houghton's had a crack for bulk of the game and done some good things. Lynch early in the piece was definitely setting the tone for us, but the goal kicking again, the simple shots that we miss, they really deflate teams. And whilst I love the contested marks he's been taking, it doesn't, the momentum killer with that miss is one that definitely hurts. Pace in the midfield, there's not much of it, DC. Although, funnily enough, we put Seth Campbell in there for 2 centre bounces. We win 2 centre clearances. It's not, I don't know, it's like it's not rocket science. Just feels super obvious. Super obvious. And our adventures, I definitely get the point. Like, we look like a team who can't wait for the end of the season. But this week wasn't the week for that, was it? Like, this week should have been... I could understand that for next week, as bad as that sounds, because we weren't going to get near Geelong anyway, right? But this week should have been a week that they attack this game full on and leave nothing else out there, because it's a game that they should have been in with a realistic chance to win. So the fact that they haven't really given much of a whimper is pretty embarrassing, to be honest. But we're still going to get a good draft pick out of it from North Melbourne, so it's not all bad. Not all bad. Now, I'll try and remember the timer for this last quarter, and we'll see if it's been my fault the whole time, and we'll see if it makes a difference. 8-goal term. God damn. If you want to sync up for whatever reason, feel free to pause when the umpire bounces the ball on your screen, and then I'll let you know when it's bounced on mine. If we can get Sheasel a few more touches for my super coach, what's he on? We should do a quick check. Hang on. Sheaves was up to 138 Supercoach points for those playing along at home who need a Supercoach update. I think I might be okay for this week's result, but Luke Davies-Uniacke's on 109. Parker's ahead of his. Curtis. Oh, can I find a way? I've got Curtis on my bench. He's on 102. Oh, final term's underway. The time is going to be slightly out, but we got it there in the end. 19-1, Sydney winning. Interesting. Oh, there's Sheasel. Look, Floston wasn't really having a great impact in the game, I guess. He was only on about 2 or 3 disposals, so like it wasn't like he was dominating in a big force down back and it has left a big gaping hole. I mean, you would definitely rather Floston out there than not. But at the same token, they lost Cam Zerha, who was probably looking like their most dangerous forward. And it probably felt like, it certainly to me felt like that was maybe a moment where we could have asserted ourselves a bit better, and it's just gone the complete other way. Maybe losing Zerha made them less predictable. This could go anywhere from Lynch. It's so hard. Like, I feel like I'm being ultra critical. 6 contested marks, 2 goals. It's been a big game from him, and he definitely led the way from us at the start. But it's some of the misses that haven't been good. As Tom Lynch strolls in, oh, it's not even going to register a score. He made no effort to get rid of it. Jeez. No, that's it, Jay. Honestly, if anyone thought we were going to be out of the bottom 4 next year, was never going to be the case. Never going to be the case. And games like this will still happen next year, and they'll possibly still happen the following year too. It's just the reality of where we're at. We're just going to take the good with the bad, but this is a difficult watch, that's for sure. Not sure the whole ball's over the line. So I should be holding the ball then, yeah? Still, I mean, Mark, I get the feeling that we are going to be investing both picks in the draft. That's what it kind of sounds like. Helena, welcome. I know, they're just so slow, aren't they? We don't do ourselves any favours with how flat-footed we are. If I was to take a real stab in the dark, that'll be the discussion points on tomorrow night. Oh, Seth Campbell, nice goal. That was actually quite good from Bolter. Didn't panic, picked the right option. Nice goal from Seth. It's a hard one, isn't it, Kylie? Like, I love Nank and what he's done for our club, but the whole time we've had him, and I think I made this point on a live the other week, that he's the shortest number 1 ruckman in the competition, and love his effort and his combativeness and his fight and his grit and determination. But from a simple ruck perspective, we just don't get enough first use of the ball. We don't get any first use of the ball because he is the shortest number 1 ruckman in the competition. And it makes a huge difference, but there's not really an answer. I mean, Hayes Brown's about 208 centimetres, so that's actually quite tall. He's obviously not anywhere near ready to be number 1 ruck, but it would be difficult being a midfielder. But then, like, we won 3 flags with him, right? So obviously we had some pretty unbelievably good midfielders at that point in time, I guess, that could maybe compensate for some of the hitouts not going their way. But it just doesn't seem to work too often. Yeah, Nicolay, look, I know Usain that have said they won't trade their picks. I don't, I mean this nicely. I don't trust Blair Hartley in a really lovingly way. Like he's got an amazing poker face, and I would assume that if the right deal come up, that we would most definitely consider it. But I think to your point though, for all intents and purposes, we do seem intent on going to the draft. Maybe we look to split picks and try and get, an extra one in the first round somewhere along the line. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see if any offers come our way. Yeah, the ruck rules changing have been an interesting topic as well, haven't they? And that's why a player like, I'm not suggesting that we'll get TDK, but that's why a player of Tom De Koning's sort of size, build, athletic profile is probably worth a lot more um, in the open market, I guess. He's probably that really good hybrid athletic ruck type that is why he's demanding a little bit of money. Good on you, Mark, that you go for North. No, they've played well today, but we appreciate your first round pick all the same. Yeah, and that was a funny point you make there, Nuclear Days, is that even though Soldo wasn't getting a lot of opportunity, a lot of the times you saw him play, it was noticeable that he was a better tap ruckman than what Nank was. But yeah, obviously I don't blame him at all for wanting to get better opportunity. And look, sadly for him, it's actually backfired, hasn't it, at Port? But I get why he would have done it. This Trembar's not bad. He's a pretty good story for North. Any danger of getting Fiesel back on the ground there? Yeah, Z-Man, I'm not against. See, like the MyCheck one, I was probably all for, but I don't think it works now that we've re-signed Lynch. I think it had to be either one or the other. I don't think you can do both. When you've also got like Lafau and Armstrong, Sims, Jonty Fall, who are kind of going to need time to develop and grow too. So I think you can play two experienced, one inexperienced, but I think if you brought in MyCheck as well, it probably takes away too many minutes, I guess, if that makes sense. Still going with the same midfield crew. Well, we've got a clearance though. Got to be a throw. Good tackle, Steely. Yeah, Mick LDU. I actually thought LDU was really good last week too, especially in the last quarter against the Giants. I kind of feel like his form's carried on since that game. He was quite good, very explosive and very instrumental in almost getting a comeback against the Giants. But yeah, he's been pretty sharp today, as has Harry Sheasel. Good to see Steely get on the ground first and foremost, and then kick a goal. Last rule disposal will kill the ruck roll. Be interesting to see, yeah, what teams do and how they adjust. Makes you wonder how much notice maybe clubs have had. Whether is it just this year? Has it been floated a little bit longer? I'm still okay for Presti to get another year, Mick, but it would have to be without guaranteeing senior game time. Well, I think from a coaching and developmental purpose, even if he's playing alongside some of these kids in the VFL at times, I still think that serves a strong purpose. But I think we do have to be super mindful about what midfield mix we walk into 2026 with. Like, we can't persist with what we're doing currently. Although we have for 20 odd weeks. And the vibe from Uze and the club is very much about they value the coaching and the leadership that Lynch and Presti offer, which I appreciate and understand. But it just has to be not at the expense of guaranteed games, I don't reckon. Oh, gosh, Curtis. He's a great player, Paul Curtis. Jesus. Very good player. I'm a bit disappointed. I haven't been able to get Curtis onto the ground for my Supercoach team. I only picked him up the other week too. I mean, it's never good conceding 100, Paul, is it? But I guess it's more about the manner in which it was conceded, I guess, is the less than impressive part. At least we've kicked over 50 ourselves. Typically, we're hitting the 40s. But again, like most weeks, we've left plenty of goals on the table. That's a great mark. Like, he's not a big person, is he, Paul Curtis? But he showed such good strength there against Broad, who's no slouch. That's a quality grab. No, I don't think it's a coach killer. Not yet, Enzo. If we were playing like this in 3 years' time, then I'd say, yeah, definitely a coach killer. Not 23 weeks into a rebuild, it's not a coach killer. I think that's not the stage to be calling for heads just yet. Even Chuck Shorty in the guts. Try it. Is that someone else in there? Who's that? Is that Seth Campbell in there again? It was Seth. Oh, Jesus, just gone out the back. Of all players, Whitlock. Oh, lost my headphones. I need to get some earbuds, don't I? The Master Troll is complete from North Melbourne. The Master Troll is complete. That did, Dave. We're still getting some nice return from it. And Seth was almost able to shut down LDU there, but he's just a fucking really good player. It's like a panicked spoil. And that's the disappointing part, BB09, is that this week of all weeks should have been the week that they weren't putting the Q in the rack because there was still a bit on the line. A bit on the line in the sense that there was... This was probably the one last game we thought that we'd be a chance, or both teams would have thought they were a chance of winning. So to not give a yelp is really disheartening. What's he on? What she's all on? He's got the record for what? North Melbourne disposals. 45 touches. Whoops. Geez, now we've got Derm giving us Richie Beno lines. Yeah, exactly, Skadoosh. Is it 40? Oh, it's just updated now, 45. 45. Yeah, Kat, the skills have not been great. And it probably started from early in the first quarter, to be honest. Missing some handballs, easy kicks. Oh, is Elnor injured that like badly or just a bit of a knock? LDU just keeps going. I'm not sure if Jack Ross is on him or not. It still seems like he's getting. I mean, there's Ross. So I don't think he's next to Sheasel. Yeah, we definitely need Sammy Lawler fit and fine from round one next year. Yeah, but we just don't tag. It's not in our DNA for some unknown reason. Despite seeing it a few times actually work effectively and keep us in games, which is probably something that could have been handy. I could understand not tagging Harry Sheasel if it meant the midfield makeup was, let's say, Campbell, Rioli, and one of Taranto, Hopper, Prestia, whatever it might be. If you went two inexperienced, one experienced, and we didn't tag Sheasel, you'd probably wear that and go, you know what? They're going to learn. They're trying something different. That's okay. But it's when you don't tag him and you're still going with Prestia, Taranto, Hopper, Ross, and it's not working either way, that it's like, well, something has to kind of give at some stage. And that's when it gets frustrating. I wouldn't mind it so much if we were trying something different and not tagging, but it's... Nah, I can't buy into that, Nicolay. There's no point having better structure if you don't have the football in your hand, is there? Like, what's the point when the guy gets it 45 times? Your own structure is effectively null and void when we don't have... Like, if you look at the... Where are we now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. So 9 of the top 10 disposal getters are all North Melbourne players. So structure is completely irrelevant if we don't have the footy. I can understand it if it's a tight game and it's, going tit for tat. You kind of stick to your guns, stick to your structure, don't mind it. But when the writing's on the wall early in the second quarter about a player's domination, you gotta actually make adjustments and fix that, because your structure is completely irrelevant and is void when you can't touch the football. Floston is important, but unfortunately he wasn't having a great game himself. North might have put some work into him too, because he was only on a couple of touches, but you would definitely want Floston out there than not. Oh, Taj. In the middle. What does he get? A clearance. And I reckon there was some Bronx cheers from the crowd, if I could hear that correctly through the audio. Zero representation down forward, though. I suppose, Nicola, though, the difference between Dacos and Sheasel is Dacos is actually close to untaggable because he's such a flexible player, being able to play multiple positions. He's actually really difficult to tag. And Asaya Wanganeen-Malira is very much similar. So in those instances, you kind of can't tag, can you? Like, they're just that good of a player. Sheasel is a very good player, but I think you can still nullify him a little bit better than what you can those other two, but he's getting to the point where he's untaggable as well. Oh, Seth, ugly kick. And he steps into the centre bounce bend and he wins the bloody clearance. No surprise. Yeah, Seth's had a dirty month, hasn't he? Month or fortnight? Maybe I'm selling him short by saying a month. I'd have to go back and revisit some of the stats. What's the VFL score? Williamstown up by 20, 51-31. We've kicked straight though, 5-1. That's an interesting point, EJ's, since his concussion. Taj, another clearance. Who would have thought? I guess that's why everyone, as supporters, gets so frustrated. Is that when we do put other people in there, they end up making a difference, but we don't do it often enough. And everyone's like, well, why? I think the obvious one, Nicolay, is Jack Ross. He's done a couple of jobs in recent times and been pretty successful. And I think Jack Ross has the ability to hurt people going the other way too, because he's he's got a bit of an offensive mindset, and he does thrive. He said that himself, thriving off the challenge of following and tagging. So he's already playing in the midfield. So you're not removing someone that's already in there. You're kind of just redeploying what that role is and making him a bit more useful. I think that would have been the most obvious one to use, to be honest. Tom Lynch from the paint. Kicks that one. Jesus. What's he kicked? 3-5? 3-4 or 3-5? 3-4. I think so, Dave. Taj and Lawler. I mean, Taj, he views himself as a midfielder. I think as a supporter, I would view him as a midfielder too. But I guess there's a little bit of development and growth to happen first before he can do full midfield minutes, which is understandable. But you'd want to see Lawler up there in the midfield. The other unknown, obviously, of course, is Smiley and what he will do positional-wise. This will be a scalp for Toby Pink. Oh, Jesus. Lynch has taken him to the cleaners, hasn't he? I know the results not going well for us, but individually, I think Lynch has smoked him. Oh, 2 in there. Just flagging, again, a different centre bounce mix, and we've won the clearance again. I suppose what we don't know is how much of North taken the foot off the gas. That was a lucky kick. We'll take it. That was a lucky kick. We made Jackson a good tagger. Yeah, I think Ross does the tagging role quite well. So I'm a little bit surprised we didn't try and deploy that earlier on in the game. Not sure how much difference it would have made ultimately. Yeah, try something instead of nothing. Good boy, Bolter. That's a good point. And look, Bolter's only got one person to blame, and that's himself. Yeah, him having an uninterrupted year will be interesting. And there's still, I think, you know what? I've sold Mansell short there. That was a great kick. He actually looked. I apologise, Ryan Mansell. I thought that was a blast kick. He actually looked and saw the lead. Well done, Mansell. I take that back. I still think that we've got the headache of where does Bolter play forward or back next year when you've got a full list available. So it'll be interesting to see what we do there. And we've gotten to 75 ourselves. That's something. I agree, Tubby. Lynch from further out seems a better shout, doesn't he? Oh, another clearance with a different midfield mix. Yeah, I actually think, Z-Man, to your point, Seth. Is that 3 in a row? I do feel like the last 2 weeks, Z-Man, I'm not sure if this is what you were getting at or not. It feels like the last 2 games have been the more or most invested I've kind of seen Bolter for a little while. And I don't know whether it's positionally, I don't know whether it's because like all the curfew shit ended and it's a weight off his shoulders or what it might be. But I tend to agree with you. Mike, so no, I don't have Pommy on mine, but I'll be going on Pommy's show tonight, 8 o'clock. So if you follow Pommy in Oz, make sure you get around his channel. I'll be joining him at 8 o'clock tonight to talk about footy, the round that we've just had and the round coming up. And I think we play some games and whatnot. So make sure you get around Pommy and I tonight from 8 o'clock on his channel. Yeah, Lafau back next year. I know, Kylie, I know we're not seeing a good game today, but there's a lot of selection headaches next year for how the future looks for us and who plays where. Cosmo, I'm actually not too sure. Not too sure who we're wearing the armbands for. It seems to have meant something to the players, though, because a couple of players have kind of referenced it along the journey, haven't they? 7 goals in 7 minutes. Let's go. Love your optimism there, Jones Racing, as always. That's out in the full. I reckon he was out of bounds first. Yeah, I reckon he was out of bounds. Yeah, it could get ugly next week, Ash, couldn't it, against the Cats? They're a very good side. I mean, I'm not sure what they're... Oh, they've tied it up. There's 27 each. Wow, they had a pretty good back half of the quarter, didn't they, Geelong? It's a fair call, Kat. The Bombers list is quite long, but I think we're up to about 15 or 16 almost season enders, aren't we? Out of control. Yeah, Taj has been good since being up around the contest. 7 minutes to go. Good tackle. Up the Crows. They look good, Mike, don't they? They the Crows almost feel like the team to beat. They're looking incredibly good. It was actually, for once, a good game in the round. Some other games haven't been so good. No, I wouldn't be trading Bolter for Butters. I'm not sure Port would either, just quietly. Sheasel on 48 touches, 6 marks, 5 tackles, 2 goals. So here's the question for everybody on Taj Houghton. Obviously, we've got one game left next week, which will play against the Cats. After that, there's VFL finals. Would you all be okay with him playing VFL finals? I'm kind of okay with him playing. Get him some finals exposure and let him try and strut his stuff at VFL level. Yeah, Shorty's. Well, there you go. There you go. You are on camera, boys. So, good mark, Tom Brown.
Can we watch it in here?
Oh, that's our first time going inboard. Oh, Macintosh. What have you thought of the game, boys?
Richmond win because they're coming back.
Oh, we're not coming back and we won't win, but I appreciate it.
A little bit.
Yeah, but it's like 122 to 81 and we're not playing that well.
But Dad, can they hear us?
Yes.
Woo! See.
Jesus.
Dad, are you talking? What if they heard that? Yeah. Dad, did they hear Noah's fart?
I don't think they heard Noah fart, no. Camden McIntosh goes in for a goal.
Yeah!
Yeah. Oh, dear. Better late than never. The boys are up and about. Don't yell. There you go. So the first time we actually changed the angle of the entry inside 50. Don't bounce the ball.
Oh my God.
Yeah, able to get the...
No,
no, Riley. You can't grab that.
Did they hear Riley?
They can't hear him, but...
Riley. I can see.
Yeah, he's doing his best Cristiano Ronaldo. Liam, who's your favourite player for Richmond?
24.
24. He likes Taj Houghton.
44.
Yeah, who else? Who's the other one? You like Noah Bolter? You like Seth Campbell as well?
Yeah, I love.
There's Taj, there's number 24.
Yes, pink boots.
Pink boots. Are you going to get pink boots next year?
Yeah.
Oh, Morris, what a tackle. Not on my watch.
Dad, hold the ball.
Not on my watch. Good work,
Dad.
Morris.
Hold the ball. Dad. I know what's my favourite. Because I said for Hawthorn.
For Hawthorn.
Yeah, can they see us when we're not in the camera? I like Joel. Can they see us when we're not in the camera? Dad, I like Joel and Sicily.
You like Troll and Sicily? Wrong team. Wrong team.
What?
Got 4:15 left. Good tackle, Morris again.
What?
Oh, Taj, bit of candy.
Red Giant.
Okay.
Red Giant. Join.
3:40 left. Or 3:35.
What? Why did you move?
Good tackle from Morris there earlier. Oh,
Why would you move yourself?
why? Because he's all yelling. 2:59 left.
Can I hear you still?
Oh, Prestia, close.
I'm on a mosquito. Oh. I'm on a mosquito. Oh. I can only find these.
50 touches.
That I can only find these.
Okay, take it outside, please.
But where is the opening?
Swans ahead again in the other game.
Who's splitting? This one?
Yeah, I think the Swans are beating the other one. Good tackle. What did we say the record was? Was it 54? There's still 2 minutes. Oh, 657 metres gained. There wouldn't be against Taj playing a full midfield game next week. So he's 2 off the record. They're just going to look for him. Trimbath. Yeah, Samuel, it's one of those things like, I've said this before. I've also been, minute 35, Bernard. Yeah, obviously a lot of us are very critical about the lack of midfield creativity, rotation, whatever we want to call it. There's still a part of me that thinks that there has to be a method or a reason as to why it happens. Like, I just kind of, and I would love to be able to ask the questions to know more about why we aren't as creative in the midfield, why we don't change things earlier when things aren't on our terms. I just feel like there has to be some rationale. Like, I'd be more disappointed if there wasn't rationale and it was just cause, because it's what we think works. Like, I'd love for there to be some reasoning, because it's really frustrating.
Richmond can't win.
No, they cannot.
How many minutes?
I think there's like a minute 30 left, or a minute left or something. Can you close the door for me, buddy?
It's 1 minute.
Was that Trembath a mid-season pick?
It's 1-9.
Yeah, 1 minute and 9 seconds.
Yep. I can't win it.
No, it definitely cannot.
But that was a close game.
No, it was not a close game, unfortunately.
Got smashed.
Yep.
When did Richmond were on 27 and North Melbourne on 129, they got smashed.
I did get smashed. Equals the record. Jesus.
Are you mute? Or can they hear you?
No, they can hear me.
Can they hear this noise?
Yeah, so maybe don't do that.
Can they see what I'm doing? Dad,
Yeah, with your little
can they see what I'm doing?
Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, but you can't move it. But you can only do this. Ta-da! And you can do it this way. Ta-da! They got Jesus.
Gee, we had an okay middle stretch in that quarter, and then they've just gone bang, bang, bang.
Hurry!
The Kangaroos. Like, for them to score 135, god damn. So he could still get the record.
Move. Who can get the record?
No.
So Dad, Richmond's lost for good?
Yeah, there's like 15 seconds left.
15 or 20. Dad, I got the tip right.
Did you?
Yeah, he tipped off. Dad, can you check who we tipped?
Yeah, we'll have a look after
No,
this.
Dad said we could go at the front.
I didn't say that at all.
Yes, you did. Can we?
I don't know. Pop out there, they'll come out in a sec, all right?
And
Pop
then
out
we
there.
should go at the front?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, thank you.
Will Sheasel get a disposal? No, they wrapped it up. So they finally send Seth Campbell to him on the siren. Jeez.
Dad, what's saying boo to me?
Hop out. $135-87 on a day that Harry Sheasel made his own. So, look, we'll still end up with an okay draft pick out of all of it. But, yeah, not a great day at the office. So, I'm with you, Kat. I thought, this was a game that we should have been feeling like we should have been a chance to win. So, the fact we put in such a lack of an effort is really disheartening and disappointing.
Please like and subscribe.
Pop out, boys. Yeah, what I guess is annoying even more is that some of that middle part of the back end of that last quarter where we did get on a bit of a roll, we kicked 4 or 5 goals, whatever it might have been. We'll start to hear about it, like how we responded and played the right way there as well. And it's like I kind of don't want to be hearing that if I'm being totally honest, because there's not a lot to take out of the game. Jacob Hopper was our best disposal winner, 26. Now, to give context on how much our midfield got smashed, Sheasel got 54, but LDU got 40. I don't know how to research this. I can't imagine there'd be too many games where 2 midfielders from the same side would have had 40 or more disposals. Far be it one with 50, one with 40. I just don't think that would happen all that often. So that just says a lot about how hard they were willing to work and do what they wanted to do, and our guys were just nowhere near. Taj was good to watch, Kylie. I agree. I think he was a bit of a shining light with the way he worked in the midfield. It was good to see him. He needs to get more midfield minutes next week. It's the way forward. So hopefully we can see some more from Taj. He ended up with 16 disposals, 3 tackles, Taj Houghton, and he got 5 clearances. So that's pretty good going from him. Game for the back line. Yeah, 54 equals the record. Yep. Equals the record. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, So in the top 12 disposal getters on the ground, we had one Richmond player. The other 11 were all North Melbourne. That's a dirty, dirty day. Dirty day. North just wanted it more, so well done to North Melbourne on winning that game. Yeah, they were most definitely the much better side on the day. Silver lining is we still should be looking okay draft night wise with their pick. They may get a win next week against Adelaide because they might rest a few players. Probably feels less likely, but stranger things have happened. So we'll still be okay long term for draft night with that particular pick. Our pressure level in the third was 30 points lower than theirs. Pressure is relevant. Yeah, and I suppose efforts and intensity and a whole raft of things all kind of play a part. Yeah, Finn was okay, John. Agree. Could Taj play a whole game? Look, Mel, I don't think he could play a full game in the midfield just yet from a tank perspective, but I don't know. Maybe it looks like 10 minutes a quarter. Maybe that's a stretch as well. I really don't know where his fitness base is at, but you'd like to see a bit of an increase in his time in the midfield just because he makes things happen. Like he actually is creative and gets the job done. You'd love to see him, Morris, or him and Seth, and then one of Prestia, Taranto, Hopper to make up the other and see what that looks like for a game. Nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. And Skudush, that's a good perspective point as well, that 6-year rebuild to 1 and they're half a game ahead of us. As annoying as this game in particular was in isolation, and next week may look somewhat similar or worse, I think we still need to step back and look at the season as a whole. Let's not, as supporters, get caught up on the last 4 or 5 weeks of the season like we maybe did last year. Let's make sure we factor in the whole season in totality, because next week could be a shit one too, to be honest. Oh, Nick Vlauston, -2 ranking points. Dirty day for Nick. Hopefully, do we know the extent of Vlauston's injury yet? Have they said anything at all? Hopefully it's not too bad. And same for Zerha for that matter. Hopefully it's not too bad. No one likes seeing players get hurt, no matter where they are on the ladder or who they are. You don't want to see it. Yeah, Taj has got some awesome traits, Ben. He's kind of a blend of a whole raft of players, isn't he? He's going to be a special talent. We just need him. We just need him to come on, and we'll obviously see Sammy Lawler as well in the mix next year too. And then a few other players. Oh, you got yours kick shirt on.
Yeah, they're going outside.
Ankle for Nick. Yeah, hopefully it's not too bad. I wouldn't expect him to play next week. But yeah, we'll see how we go. Anyway, I'm being summoned to go kick the footy outside. But you make sure, tune in tonight to Pommy and Oz's channel. I'll be with him from about 8 o'clock. I'll be with him from about 8 o'clock to go through the round of football and talk about next week and do some fun quizzes and games and shit like that. So get around Pommy and Oz's channel. Otherwise, thanks for jumping on tonight. Appreciate everyone's love and support. And not a great day for us result-wise, but there's not a lot to take out from that one, is there? But other than my super coach being in a good spot after Harry Sheasel gets 54 touches. So
please.
Have a wonderful night, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow night for the shush now. Okay, you've had your fun. We'll be back tomorrow night with the weekly live show with the boys. We'll get their thoughts and we'll see what everyone thinks. So make sure you join in 8:30 p.m. And we'll see you on Monday night. I'll see you at 8 o'clock tonight on Pommy and Oz's channel. So